We all know Northeast Florida is an amazing place to live, but let's be honest. Most of us aren't that familiar with all the unique communities the region has to offer. Well, that's about to change. We're Brady and Alyssa Hammond, and our family is one of the top producing teams in the area when it comes to selling real estate. Join us as we dive into one of the hottest markets in the country and tour the premier communities, amenities, and properties that make Northeast Florida such a desired destination. Today on Property Tours, we're exploring downtown Jacksonville. Jacksonville is located about 15 miles west of the Atlantic Ocean in the northeast part of Florida. During the 18th century, the city was actually a British settlement called Calford, due to it being a place where cows could easily ford across the St. Johns River. Then, after Florida became a U.S. territory in 1821, the city was renamed as Jacksonville in honor of the territory's first provisional governor, Andrew Jackson. Currently, Jacksonville is the largest city in the contiguous United States when measured by land area. Some of downtown's main attractions include its professional sports teams, cultural venues and museums, as well as numerous restaurants and historic districts that are enjoyed by both residents and visitors alike. There are also exciting plans for future developments, including new hotels, shopping districts, and more. To give an insider perspective, we're going to be meeting two local families who have graciously invited us into their homes. The Nixes, who live on the 17th floor of the Plaza Condominiums at Berkman, and the Wallace family, who live along the St. Johns River in Jacksonville's historic San Marco district. Now it's time to take an in-depth look at life in downtown Jacksonville on Property Tours of Northeast Florida. We're here on the 17th floor of the Plaza Condo Complex about to visit with the Nix family.
As you can see, the Nixes have some incredible views from all three angles, including the professional sports stadiums behind us.
We have the minor league hockey stadium where the Icemen play. We've got the Jumbo Shrimp minor league baseball field, and then just beyond that, of course, is the NFL stadium for the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know this, my goal growing up was to be a professional athlete. Why didn't I make it? What do you think?
Well, maybe there were just some other players that were more talented than you.
That cannot possibly be the case. The Plaza Condominium at Berkman is a 22-story luxury high-rise located along the St. Johns River in downtown Jacksonville. The complex includes over 200 units ranging in size from 770 square feet up to over 3,000 square feet. The plaza is known for its convenient location with the sports complexes, Riverwalk, and other downtown activities all within walking distance. It also includes lots of high-end amenities, including a luxurious pool, recently renovated gym, tennis courts, sky lounge, and more. The Nixes have owned this 1,800 square foot 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit since 2021. The property is an inn unit allowing for 3 separate balconies, providing breathtaking views of the river, sports stadiums, and downtown. The unit itself has numerous upgrades, is well maintained, and finds the perfect way to balance a relaxing atmosphere with the spectacular views adorning the property. Dean, Margaret, thanks for having us at your beautiful condo today.
Thanks for coming to see us.
What brought you guys here to downtown Jacksonville?
We're actually both ex-Navy sailors. We met in Hawaii a little over 30 years ago and got married. We lived in South Carolina, North Carolina, and then Texas, most recently in Dallas for 11 years. And after downsizing in Dallas, we sort of continued that thought process and decided to sell and move to a coastal community, and chose Jacksonville because it was close to the beach but on the St. Johns River.
So you went from Hawaii, kind of living the beach life, to some other areas. You ended up in Texas to live that cowboy life, and then you were like, you know what, cowboy life isn't the way. Let's head back to a coast, and we came to the East Coast.
Yeah, we loved Dallas. We didn't want to leave Dallas. We just knew we weren't going to be there forever. And after 11 years and being empty nesters, we knew it was probably time.
So, what made you choose the Plaza of all the choices?
It was just being here, the sense of community that the Plaza has. All the residents know each other, look out for each other, socialize together. It's one of the privileges, I think, of being in the Plaza, and one of the drawbacks. Our parking garage is not under us like the Peninsula's garage is under them. That's a benefit because they get in their elevator and they go straight to their car deck, right? We get in our elevator and we go to our lobby and we walk to our adjacent parking garage. But in doing so, you see your neighbors, and it's just a stronger sense of community, I feel, when you just see everybody so many times a day, a week, and so on. And that hit us pretty hard, I think. When we moved here, we're like, and then being downtown where everything is just still so much more walkable.
Definitely more walkable than across the river.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, coming in the plaza just feels like kind of like a luxury resort. It's got the classy chandeliers everywhere, and I know they've got some amenities. What are some of your favorite amenities?
Tennis courts, of course.
Can you beat Dean?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Margaret plays year-round team tennis, so we really did want tennis courts, and that was a big draw.
Yeah.
The fitness center is really nice, and we have a squash court, which I'd never played squash, but I played racquetball. And so when we moved here, it was pretty awesome to sort of pick up a squash racket and just go down for cardio and smash the ball on the wall and get the day's energy out.
Never even heard of squash. She tries to make me eat squash, but I'm like, honey, I don't eat that stuff. But I might, maybe playing it'll be more my taste. I don't know.
And then we've got a great sea lounge, they call it, which is like a sky lounge on the 21st floor. And the pool obviously is awesome. Outdoor grilling area is great. And then the views. I mean, most people live in a high rise for the views and the amenities, and the views are great.
Yeah, I mean, your views are pretty epic for sure. So tell us about some of the community events around here and all the stuff you see when you're out here spying on everybody.
All the football games for sure.
It's pretty social.
Yeah, it's kind of nice being in a vertical neighborhood.
Yeah.
If you need anything, you can just walk down the hall and get like an egg. You don't have to go to the grocery store. It's really nice.
You have like code, like if you know the people below you, like, yeah, we need this. How many stops is that? You know.
No, it's just a text away.
Now this unit specifically, it's kind of nice because it's an end unit, which has some advantages. You know, talked about the views. You guys got 3 balconies, all that kind of stuff. But what about this unit specifically really drew you to it?
Well, for me, it was the space. The families are growing. But I just really needed the space, and this is one of the larger condos other than the penthouse units.
It's one of the things that obviously we really enjoy is you have 3 sides of the building. There's not another floor plan that has 3 sides of the building. So with a balcony on all 3 sides, the views are great.
Yeah, and apparently you get your own private fireworks shows like every holiday.
Yes, yes, we do, right outside the master bath.
That barge is typically right in front of our master bedroom. So the fireworks are going off at eye level or a little above sometimes. Pretty neat.
And then during baseball season, we also get fireworks on Friday nights from the baseball games.
Like,
so
sit right here, and watch the
dishes in the kitchen, and I get a fireworks show. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Are there any updates or improvements that have been made in this unit?
One of the things that we loved about this unit is it was really move-in ready. This is the least we've ever done to anything we've ever owned. We've painted 1 wall and replaced 2 light fixtures.
Yep.
But the previous owners did do some really great remodel in the master bath, converting a soaking tub into a walk-in shower with a pretty spectacular view of its own. Pretty amazing. But the greatest thing was that we just didn't have to do anything.
Now, one other nice part of your view, I know with your history being in the Navy, you guys have the Jax Naval Museum just down there. Tell us a little about your experiences with the Jax Naval Museum.
You know, that was so serendipitous for us moving here. We haven't lived in a Navy community since we left Pearl Harbor, and the USS Orlick and the Jacksonville Navy Museum being in Jacksonville was really special for us. And it's open for tours Wednesday through Sunday, and private events, parties, retirement ceremonies. Yeah. And in fact, I surprised Margaret with a 30-year anniversary surprise party, and we renewed our vows on the ship, but she didn't know it until we walked out.
I'm a little surprised.
Did you like that part being sprung on?
No, was not ready for that.
Did you cry?
Yeah.
She sprung a 30-year-old birthday party on me, caught me completely off guard, and she claims that I cried, but I don't.
Oh, I'm sure there were tears.
Weeping with a child.
Yes, that was me. I said yes again, by the way.
And I told her every time she's mad at me, she has to look down at that ship from up here and say, you know, tell yourself you had a chance.
I could have gotten out.
You said yes the second time. So
what I really love about the east facing, obviously you've got the sports stadiums, but there's also a lot of new projects I know the city's working on. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what's going on out that direction?
The one that probably most people hear the most about is that Shad Khan's development company is building a Four Seasons resort hotel. That's going to be very big for the city of Jacksonville. And then the next peninsula west, closer to us, is where the MOSH, the Museum of Science and History, is moving. And this large 10-acre plot next to us is going to be Shipyard West Park, a city park that has a food hall, a dedicated restaurant, an events area, subterranean parking is in the current plan, fishing piers, kayak launches, just a really nice green space.
Four Seasons, we enjoy some Four Seasons every now and then, so that'll be fun to visit that one for us for sure as well. But thanks again, guys, for having us here. It's been a pleasure, and especially to have people very knowledgeable about the downtown area, not only about your condo, but just your knowledge sharing with us what's going on. It's greatly appreciated.
Oh, well, thanks for visiting.
Thanks.
Now let's take a quick look at the real estate market in the Plaza Condo Complex. Units in the Plaza sold for an average of around $379,000 over the past year, which is an increase of about 14% from the previous year when the average was $332,000, and up just over 120% from a decade ago when the average was at $172,000. Units in the Plaza averaged about 4% more in comparison to the rest of downtown's condos, and have also appreciated at a higher rate over this past decade. Currently, there are 13 units for sale in the Plaza, ranging in price from $334,000 up to as high as $1.3 million for a prized penthouse at the top of the complex. For updated information on these specific listings or on downtown's market trends, check out our website, hammondfamilygroup.com. When we come back on Property Tours, we'll visit with the Wallace family, who live in a spectacular riverfront home within the historic San Marco district.
How does a modern technology platform paired with expert advice really bring a robust, comprehensive, coordinated financial plan to clients?
The technology allows you to reduce the time that financial advisor is spending on back office so that they can spend that time face-to-face with their client and they get a better technology experience.
Daryl Hogan Law is a collection of lawyers that help people solve problems in areas of life they're not able to solve them themselves.
We are not individuals, we are purely a team.
Anything from, say, asbestos, lung cancer cases, auto accidents, trucking accidents, bike accidents, A to Z. We have the resources to win your case and win it to such a degree that you're going to be very happy with the results.
So basically I just fell out of a kayak. I'm a big guy and I have a little kayak, so I just kept falling out of my kayak and I swamp logged a phone. I even had one of those little lanyard dry bags and that fell off my neck, and it took my my cell phone and wallet like 200 yards down the river, so I had to go chasing after it. So I just had the idea, like, why don't they just bring them together? And then from 2016 to 2021, it took us that long to finally develop the idea and get all the resources and everything to make this happen.
We're here on the St. Johns River just south of downtown Jacksonville.
This home is just spectacular. The front yard has tons of toys for the kids, and out back, an amazing dock on the St. Johns River, and even have an infinity pool. I wish I could get you an infinity pool, but I just have not been able to do that. Do you know what I have given you?
What?
An infinite amount of love. San Marco is a historic district located just to the south of downtown. Formerly the independent city of South Jacksonville, San Marco is renowned for its old riverfront mansions and its lively shopping area known as the San Marco Square, which is adorned by its famous Fountain of Lions. Some of its other main attractions include the Theater Jacksonville, numerous art galleries, trendy boutiques, and a plethora of fun dining options. The Wallaces have owned this 8,100 square foot, 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom estate since 2018. This property features an almost 2-acre riverfront lot that includes a gorgeous infinity pool, spa, and double-decker boat dock. The home itself includes numerous high-end finishes to go along with its unique Spanish-style architecture. Brad and Annika, thanks so much for having us at your beautiful home today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having. Happy to have you guys here.
What brought you to the San Marco area?
Came here from Gainesville. We started off living in the downtown area. So we actually originally lived in the Strand, which is a rental high-rise apartment. And then ultimately we ended up buying in a condo called San Marco Place, and really enjoyed that. But we did that with no children, and then we realized pretty quickly that kids, what we ultimately ended up with, three boys, was not going to work out in a condo setting. So we didn't want to leave the downtown area. We still were within 10 minutes of downtown, and San Marco has a lot of nice restaurants and just kind of a lively, nightlife type scene. And so it made sense for us to look at a place in San Marco.
The property has a little bit of a unique history, I believe.
So we're on a street called Mundy. The person that it was named after had a circus, I think around the turn of the century. It was the Mundy Circus, and so not the home, but the property itself housed a warehouse that housed a lot of the Mundy Circus things. And so we've met a few of our neighbors whose parents that are pretty elderly used to come over when they were kids and snoop around inside the warehouse, and they found all the kind of trapeze type stuff, and there's some pretty cool stories that float around about that. So.
Our house seems like a circus sometimes. We got kids trapezing on our couches,
same here,
throwing all kinds of things. But
So what made you decide on this specific home?
Being on the water, but 35 feet up and unfloodable, and then having, we're on 2 acres of property, so it kind of, there was a lot of boxes that checked, for us, and so we felt very fortunate to find something like this, and we found it in a way that, for the most part, it was pretty turnkey at the time.
I think the neighborhood too was a big factor in it, and just very family focused. Lots of young kids, and it's a neat cul-de-sac, or at least a circle, where the kids can ride their bikes safely. There's no real through traffic, which is nice. So.
As an example, for Halloween, what the neighborhood does every year is one family volunteers to host everybody, and everybody comes down and brings, a bottle of wine and a little appetizer, and then the kids all play, and then we start to trick or treat, and you go around in a clockwise fashion, and when you're getting close to your house, you just run ahead and hand out some candy.
It's a really sweet neighborhood.
If I was a kid growing up in this house, they don't have a shortage of things to do. All kinds of different activities. I'm sure the move from the condo life to this, I'm sure your children just love it.
Yeah, no, the pool in the yard, and the kids go out and fish and have caught all kinds of crazy things off the dock, cast netting. So yeah, no, it's been a lot of opportunities for the kids to be entertained here for sure.
The room I would probably spend a lot of time in would definitely be the bonus room over the garage. And you got all kind of TVs. That's just an amazing space.
Yeah, so we've over the holidays have been doing a lot of pool tournaments with the kids, and Santa brought a dartboard. We'll see how that works out for us in the end. Hopefully the darts go to the dartboard and not any human beings. But yeah, it's kind of nice for family movies and just kind of getting away. And I think as the kids get older and they want to have their friends over and entertain, it will give them sort of a space where they can retreat and not be right on top of us.
Well, I don't know about you, but I would want to be in that workout room with the rock climbing wall. My childhood self, anyway, would have enjoyed that.
Hey, I don't know if you can make it to the top, but we'll have to maybe try that a little bit later.
And the boys have their own little kind of wing as well, which is pretty cool. There's a pretty epic rock collection in the twins' room.
Yes, there is.
And a Megalodon tooth.
Yes.
That's tough to find out there. I've tried to do the shark tooth search thing in the sands, but
I don't think you'll find that one in Jax Beach.
That one's gonna be gone quick. What has it been like for you guys living on the river with just such a beautiful dock and the amenities it provides?
opens up a new avenue for, what we do in the evenings. So especially in the summer when it gets a little darker later at night, we do boat cruises downtown, and the city has put some docks around. Now we've got, Four Seasons coming in, and I'm sure there's going to be, an increasing number of restaurants and venues that you can get to. But we love taking the boat out, in the evenings, especially during the summer, and it's been a huge part of the kids, growing up.
And the kids all love fishing, so we have crab traps down there, and they'll go down and cast net for hours, and it's fun just being able to.
Which son caught the Megalodon? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Well, the other cool thing about your house architecturally, you got huge ceiling heights in different corners of the house, and I believe you guys were talking about kind of the tower structure.
Yeah, so the way that the architects built it is the four corners of the house are done as towers that are 2-story heights, and then obviously we're in the center of the home now, and it's just a single story, but it's kind of, that sort of height volume. I always liked that, so we thought that was kind of a neat attribute of the property as well.
Again, the layout of your house is so interesting. We talked about the towers, but also the owner's suite. You've got your bedroom that goes to the bathroom, that goes to your closet, which you see, but I also like how it connects to the office as well. It just seems like it's super convenient and really strategically laid out.
It's nice, I as a physician, I take call, and so I get calls in the middle of the night, and to try and avoid waking her up in the middle of the night, it's nice to be able to go, beeline straight where my computer is and pull films up and things like that.
So I know you guys did some big renovation in the kitchen and the bathroom, so tell me a little bit about that.
All 3 spaces were great and very functional and whatnot, but both of us like design, and they need a little updating and a refresh, and we just wanted to kind of have the look reflect kind of our taste a little bit more than what was there. And so yeah, we did it was a full remodel of the kitchen primarily, and then we went ahead and did kind of the bar area and the laundry room as well, just to make both spaces a little more functional and just work better for kind of our lifestyle and our family setup. And so anyways, we've been very happy with the result, and it's it seems it's been a good much to his chagrin, but
I'm still waiting to reach that point where we're just totally satisfied and we'll never rehab
never
anything
happens,
else.
right?
If you ever find it, let me know.
Yeah.
The marble counters with the backsplash are beautiful, and that is the largest vent,
Vent hood.
The vent hood, I bet when Santa comes to visit, he probably comes down the vent hood instead of through the chimney at your house, I'm sure your kids would say. So, well, it's an amazing house, and we've very much enjoyed having you on the show, and Alyssa's going to go test herself on the rock wall before we go, I'm sure. But thanks again for having us.
Absolutely. Appreciate being part of the show. Absolutely.
Now let's take a quick look at the real estate market for riverfront homes in the downtown Jacksonville area. Single-family riverfront homes sold for an average of around $2.82 million over the past year within downtown's historic districts, which is actually down slightly, just under 2% from the previous year when the average was $2.87 million, but up almost 96% from a decade ago when the average was $1.44 million. Prices for riverfront properties averaged about 485% more in comparison to other homes within downtown's historic districts. However, they did appreciate at a lesser rate over this past decade. Currently, there are 7 riverfront homes for sale within the downtown area, ranging in price from $1.48 million up to as high as $4 million. For updated information on these specific listings or on downtown's market trends, check out our website, hammondfamilygroup.com. Thanks for exploring downtown Jacksonville with us today. Be sure to tune in next week when we explore 2 extremely unique homes within historic downtown St. Augustine. You can also rewatch this episode on our website, hammondfamilygroup.com.